This is a song called What a Wonderful World, and it's famous for Louis Armstrong. And Louis Armstrong, if you know about him, he's one of the greats. He's by many people considered perhaps the greatest name ever in jazz because he was such a pioneer. He pioneered, well, he was the first to do scat singing on record, but maybe people were doing that before. But he opened the door. He was a magnificent trumpet player. He had a fantastic voice. His sense of rhythm was astonishing, whether he was singing or playing the trumpet. And I can't get over the fact that I actually saw Louis Armstrong in performance when I was in junior high school. I say this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. My mother's favorite music was Dixieland, so I heard that music when I was growing up. And my parents were talking about going to see Louis Armstrong, and I knew who he was. I said, I want to go too. So I went. Was in junior high school. The very next day, the teacher happened to mention it. He said, did anybody happen to go to the Louis Armstrong concert? I said, I did. He said, did you like it? I said, yeah. He said, is there anything you didn't like? I said, yeah. He said, what didn't you like? I said, I didn't really like the drum solo. And the guy behind me, who was a bit of a juvenile delinquent, he kind of poked me with his pen, and he said, drum solos are cool, man. That's probably why I remember that incident.
That's like a perfect scene. That'd be like a perfect scene.
It was. I was back in Victoria, British Columbia, and Louis Armstrong was on the charts in the mid-'60s with this song. And Mame also. And the Beatles and the Louis Armstrong were on the chart at the same time. That seems impossible. But they were on the charts at the same time. You're going to sing along with this, folks. You probably know this one, don't you? I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? Well, they're really saying, I love you.
I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself,
what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Love that song.
no, that's a definite favorite.
It's still a wonderful world, isn't it? Isn't it? No one's answering. We got a great tech team, but they don't answer my question. It is a wonderful world. Okay, Cliff says it is. Kevin says it is. What do you say over there, Ed? What do you say, Michelle? How about you, Terrence? All right. We're going to quiz Ed after the show.